Live on HBO pay-per-view, the fighters will get in the ring and face each other. But right now, here at LA Live, let's have the two champions face each other right here on the stage for the first time. So, Canelo Alvarez, Gennady Golovkin, a.k.a. Triple J, Cinco de Mayo.
Getting right into it, gentlemen, you both have said that you won the first fight in September. Why do you feel that you won that fight? Canelo, we'll start with you.
No, la verdad es que yo me sentí ganador en la pelea, me sentí ganador en la primera pelea, pero gracias a Dios está esta segunda para demostrarle a la gente y demostrarnos a nosotros mismos quién fue el mejor, ¿no? Tanto como él, tanto como yo queremos ganar y queremos convencer de quién fue el mejor. Yo me sentí el ganador de la primera pelea, pero gracias a Dios tenemos esta pelea para confirmarlo.
Without a doubt, I felt I won the first fight. But look, thank God we have this second fight, so that he felt he won, I felt I won. This second fight will erase all doubts when I win. Gennady, you feel very confident that you won the first fight. Why do you think you won convincingly?
You know, I'm a real guy, just everybody knows this. I believe for my power, I believe for my strategy, I believe to my team who support me, I believe to my fans who support me, just all fans. First of all, thank you very much, people who support me, who help in this show, because it doesn't matter first fight, you know, where I had great experience. Right now we have new fight, new ideas. If you want to watch who win, who real champion, please welcome to Vegas, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, just or watch pay-per-view, HBO pay-per-view.
Alright guys, we know that when there is a draw, both of the fighters feel like they won. But you know what, it's also their trainers and their teams that feel the same way. So Checo and Eddie, we're going to ask you guys first, why do you think that your fighter won that last fight?
Buenas tardes, gracias por su asistencia en una tarde con un frío tequilero. Bueno, nosotros cuando se terminó la pelea estábamos confiados, estábamos seguros que habíamos ganado porque Saúl hizo lo suficiente para ganar. Conectó más golpes, le pegaron menos y en el boxeo eso significa pegar y que no te peguen significa triunfar. Desgraciadamente los jueces vieron otra cosa, pero Dios da oportunidades. El próximo 5 de mayo van a ver quién es hoy por hoy el mejor libra por libra. Así que el 5 de mayo no queda lugar a dudas, Saúl va a ganar y por nocaut. Gracias.
Good evening, everybody. On a night that is cold and we can sip on a little tequila. Look, before the decision was announced, we were very confident that Canelo had won the fight. Why? Boxing's not just about punching and getting punched. It's about hitting and not getting hit. And that's what he did. But you know what? May 5th, we will leave no doubt who the better fighter is and who pound for pound is the best fighter today. And that's Canelo Alvarez. Thank you.
Oscar, you've been part of so many fights, both as a fighter and a promoter now. First of all, are there any fights that you wish you could have ever had a rematch but never did?
Well, let me tell you why the rematch is so important. I would have wished, fighting Trinidad again the second time around. I would have felt that I could have knocked him out in those last 3 rounds instead of boxing him and running. But that's why this fight is so special, because the first fight was a great fight. It was a fight that we haven't seen in the last 20 years. We haven't seen a real fight in the last 10, 15 years. And come Cinco de Mayo, we will see it again, and it'll be much better. And let me tell you one thing, I believe Canelo will knock him out.
Oscar, how long did it take for the negotiations to come together and for the contract to get done for Cinco de Mayo?
They were relatively easy. Working with Tom Lofter is always a pleasure. When you have two guys that want to fight each other, dos peleadores que se tienen tantas ganas de pelear, las negociaciones fueron fácil. Así que this fight was easy to make, especially when you have a great partner like Tom Lofter. But more importantly, the fans demanded this fight, and we delivered. Cinco de Mayo will be explosive.
All right, Tom, this one's going to be for you. Now, in an article this past weekend, you were talking to BoxingScene.com, to shout out to them for helping us out with this one, and you said the following. In response to how the Canelo and Triple G rematch was finalized, you said, getting Canelo to realize his negotiating position had changed because he lost the first fight. Canelo started out with the position of it was a draw, so we should have the same conditions of the first fight. You went on to say, slowly we moved forward or closer together and with all the final details. When we said 90% done, it was just a few small details that needed to be sorted out. Madison Square Garden made a very strong offer. I would say probably equal to what Nevada made, but Canelo made it clear that he preferred to go back to Las Vegas. So Tom, this one is for you. Do you think that Canelo is afraid to be fighting in New York at Madison Square Garden?
Look, Canelo wouldn't have signed for this fight if he's afraid of Triple G. We know Canelo has a warrior heart. It's chilly out here tonight, but it's going to be hot under the lights in Las Vegas on Cinco de Mayo. It's going to be a war. Canelo's predicting a knockout. Oscar's predicting a knockout. We believe Triple G won the first fight. He's going to turn up the pressure. Dr. Abel Sanchez is going to turn up the pressure. We'll see you Cinco de Mayo in Las Vegas.
All right, Canelo, so this one, Canelo, this question is for you now. We want to make sure that we do have his attention. Canelo, are you afraid to fight Triple G outside of Las Vegas?
Yo peleo donde sea. Dicen un dicho en México que el perico, el que es perico donde quieras verte. Entonces, yo peleo donde sea. Simplemente eligieron Las Vegas, yo no me encargo de eso, no, por eso tengo mi equipo de trabajo y ellos estuvieron de acuerdo. Creo que siempre se hace por lo mejor. Yo peleo donde sea y eso decían en la primera pelea que le tenía miedo. Y aquí estoy nuevamente y donde quieran.
Look, you all know me. I'm going to fight him anywhere. I'm not afraid of nobody, and I've shown that. The first time, they were saying he's going to knock me out and I wouldn't fight him. And look, here we are again. There's a saying in Mexico, a parrot's green anywhere he goes. I'm not afraid of him. I'm going to knock him out.
Saul, you said in the past that you were friends with Gennady, that you guys get along well. Is that still the same, or do you feel differently towards him now?
No, mira, somos dos peleadores profesionales, no necesitamos decirnos cosas o vender la pelea de esa manera. Somos dos profesionales y sabemos que arriba del cuadrilátero vamos a dar todo. Nos queremos noquear, eso sí, nos queremos noquear, sí. En lo personal lo quiero hacer, él también, pero nosotros no necesitamos vender la pelea así. La gente sabe que al subirnos al cuadrilátero somos dos peleadores que vamos a entregar todo y la gente va a salir contenta.
We don't need to bad mouth each other. We don't need to bad talk each other and all the pushing, shoving. We don't need to sell it that way. The fans know what we bring, that we both want to knock each other out. Of course, we both want to win convincingly. That's why the fans know what we bring, and that's what we're going to do for this fight. I want to knock him out.
All right, this question, we're going to direct this one to Abel. Now, we know that the teams not only disagree in the outcome of the fight, but you guys kind of disagree in how to train your fighters. So, do you think that Eddie and Chepo adequately prepared Canelo for that first fight?
Absolutely. We wouldn't be sitting here if they hadn't. They're great teams. They've developed this young man since he was 13 years old. They've done a great job. he's at the top of the rung. Gennady and Canelo are number 1 and number 2 as a middleweight. But everybody here knows who won the first fight.
All right, well, right now, Abel, we want to take a look at something that Tom said yesterday in his mano a mano interview. So let's take a look at the screens.
Definitely a big difference between Abel Sanchez and his training camp up at the summit in Big Bear, California, and what Canelo does. You know, Canelo's training is clearly has gotten him to where he is. He's a proven champion, and he can knock guys out like he did with Kirkland, like he did with Khan. But Triple G is no Kirkland or Khan. He's got the best chin in the sport of boxing. He walked right through Canelo's best shots, and I think mentally that's what frustrated Canelo also. He landed that great uppercut, and then two seconds later, Triple G was right on him again against the ropes. So that's got to stick in Canelo's mind, and that's where we'll see if Gennady can finish the job.
Eddie, how do you plan on having Canelo prepared in this fight, and will your strategy be different going in this time around?
No, realmente no necesitamos hacer cosas distintas. Un peleador que tiene cualidades, que tiene gran talento, nada más tiene que seguir repasando sus cosas y hacer las cosas bien ese día de ir del ring, pero una segunda pelea con Golovkin realmente no nos implica hacer muchos cambios, simplemente reafirmar lo que hicimos la vez pasada y salir con la mano en alto.
No, there's not many more changes that we have to do. Look, when you have a fighter with the talent and the qualities of Canelo, there's not much more adjustments that need to be made. Just simply keep doing what we're doing, make some adjustments, and go in there with the best, and go in there and win.
All right, Abel, we got you on video as well, and you seem to think that there is a way to stop Canelo. So right now we're going to take a listen to your interview when you sat down for mano a mano.
I'm convinced that he'll get stopped if he decides to make it the kind of fight where they test each other. Instead of backpedaling, I think that he backpedaled so much and never really stopped to give the fans a view of the things that he was talking about. There was moments in there where he did stop and throw a couple desperation combinations. It really wasn't the combination where he was adamant about staying there and trying to knock Golovkin out. Those desperation combinations look flashy on tape, but 1 or 2 punches landing every third or fourth round is not the kind of fight that we're expecting. He will get hurt to the body if he stops. It's not just his chin.
No me molesta porque él cree que es un gran entrenador y no sabe lo que es el boxeo. No sabe lo que es el boxeo, lo que es tener técnica, lo que es saber boxear, lo que es saber hacer un movimiento, lo que es saber adaptarte a las circunstancias en la pelea, no ir solo para adelante tirando golpes. Eso es boxear, y me extraña él que dice que se cree un gran entrenador, que no sepa lo que distinguir que es tener técnica con lo otro que dice.
All right, Abel, not the most favorable words there, him questioning your style and, of course, you as a trainer. So how would you like to respond to that?
I like to respond by saying there's some guys out there to tell him to quit running, and that's exactly what he did the first time. Second of all, I have 1 fighter already in the Hall of Fame, 2 are headed to the Hall of Fame, 17 world champions later. I think I know what I'm talking about.
Chepo, recently you said in an interview that we cannot play around with Golovkin because it is very risky to get hit with the wrong punch. That Golovkin's already reached his limit. As they say, where I'm from, an old dog does not learn new tricks. So I don't think Golovkin is going to surprise Canelo, but I think we're going to be the ones to surprise him.
Todos sabemos que Golovkin es un peleador que tiene gran poder, pero esa noche Saúl le mojó la pólvora y yo creo que a veces las esquinas hablamos de más, hablamos muchas cosas porque después de todo no recibimos ni un cabronazo. Los que tienen que hablar ese día es Saúl y Golovkin. Ellos son los que tienen que hablar con los guantes arriba del ring. Dejémonos de cosas también nosotros los de las esquinas, que va a hacer y que voy a hacer y que corrió, que no corrió. Bueno, pues en un ring puedes hasta volar si tienes chance. Ahora, si corres, un ring no es para correr. El problema fue que no supo taparle las salidas a mi peleador. Así que dejémonos de cosas y que peleen ellos el 5 de mayo. Gracias.
Look, we knew of the power he had, but we also know what we had in Canelo and made him miss. But look, at the end of the day, the corners could keep talking and talking and talking. It's not about us. Let's let the fighters do what they do, fight. Because at the end of the day, look, they're the ones that got to go do what they have to do after training and perform in the fight. And the ring is meant to be able to move, box. If his fighter doesn't know how to cut their corners, that's not our fault.
All right, now we're going to take you guys back to that first fight and take a listen to that post-fight interview with Max Kellerman.
Early in the fight, in the first 3 rounds, you were boxing very well, and then he started to come on in the middle rounds. What changed?
No, obviamente en los primeros asaltos salí a ver qué era lo que mostraba para después ir haciendo la pelea, pero gané 7-8 rounds de la pelea fácil.
In the first rounds, I just came out to see what he had, but then I started building, but I won 7-8 rounds quite easily.
It seemed to us ringside that by the last 3 rounds, Gennady had built the lead and that you sensed some urgency and started fighting in the championship rounds as though you needed them to win the fight.
No, obviamente para convencer lo que ya tenía ganado.
No, not at all. To be convincing in what I already had won. That's all.
So Canelo felt that he won 7 or 8 rounds. What did you think, Gennady?
So, Oscar, we just heard that Canelo said he won about 7 or 8 rounds of the fight. How many rounds do you think he won? Oscar, how many rounds do you think Canelo won?
Yeah, no, I thought he won. I thought he won 7-5. The draw. Obviously, I know that people can see it as a draw. This fight, obviously, yes, could have gone either way. And that's why this second fight is so exciting because look, both guys have to change their strategy. And I know for a fact that the second fight is going to be explosive. It's going to be a great fight. This is what the fans wanted, and this is what we delivered.
Tom, you see the fight differently. How many rounds do you feel Gennady won in the fight, and how did you score it?
We saw it completely differently. We agreed with HBO. HBO is neutral. Harold Letterman scored it 8 rounds to 4. That's how we scored it. It wasn't rocket science. Gennady was coming forward the whole time. He outlanded Canelo 10 rounds to 2. We have respect for Canelo. He's the second person ever to go 12 rounds with Gennady. So we have respect for him, but we thought Triple G won the fight.
All right, Oscar, you also sat down with our team for the mano a mano interview. So right now we're going to take a listen at something that you said over that interview.
He knows what he can do. He's felt his power. See, people were talking about Golovkin's power, how you have a fighter who is just destroying everyone with a single touch of his fist. He will destroy you and knock you out. It wasn't the case. I asked Canelo after the fight, does Golovkin hit hard? And he was like, no, he doesn't. So what that tells me is that yes, his game plan is going to change. I have a feeling Canelo will be more aggressive.
Abel, do you think Canelo will be more aggressive in the rematch?
I sure hope so. I sure hope so because I think these fans deserve the kind of fight that they expected the first time. They deserve the kind of fight that he was talking about the first time, that he keeps talking about now, and that Oscar is saying now. As a promoter, I know that he wants to sell a fight that the people are going to pay for and want to see again. The first fight is not one that he can sell too many times and lie to these people like he did the first time.
Well, Saul, you said that Golovkin won't have any excuse this time because you're going to knock him out. So how are you going to change your style or strategy this fight?
Primero que nada quiero decir, también mentiste a tus fans. Dijiste que me ibas a noquear en 6 rounds.
First off, I want to start by saying you also lied to your fans because you said that he would knock me out under 6 rounds. What happened there?
Muy difícil, pero it's impossible to knock somebody out when he fights the fight not to be knocked out. When you run,
Tú les prometiste, les prometiste.
You promised your fans that he would knock me out.
You promised us also you were going to fight the knock Golovkin out in 10.
Les prometiste que me ibas a noquear y no me hiciste nada.
Now, don't run.
He didn't do anything.
No corras la siguiente vez.
Y te hablo a ti porque tu peleador no dice nada.
No corras.
Eres el que más abres el hocico.
No corras. Hace como hombre ahí.
Gennady. Yes. You're sitting there smiling. What adjustments do you feel you need to make to try to knock out Canelo this fight? How are you going to change your approach?
I feel just very happy because this time I stay here, I come to Mayfield to Vegas, to ring. Just I have big chance, I have great chance for history, maybe for no step to history. Just I have great opponent like Canelo, just I'm very happy. Just I want to say just thank you who support me, who support this time for us, Thank you God. Just I'm very happy. I don't want talking for last time, for last fight. Just I want more. I want to stay front. I want to stay second step. Just I want a next fight.
All right, well, let's hear it from the fans. You guys, how many rounds do you think Canelo Triple G2 is going to go? Let's hear it from you guys. What do you think? How many rounds? 6. We're hearing 6. We're hearing 10.
We're hearing a lot of different numbers right here. Any last words from the fighters before you see each other again on Cinco de Mayo? Anything you want to say to your opponent?
No, la verdad, primero que nada quiero agradecerle a la gente por el apoyo, el que estén aquí siempre apoyándome. La verdad que quiero agradecerle y espero que disfruten de esta gran pelea que será sin duda. Pondré todo mi parte para que así sea y más que nada agradecerle a ustedes todo el apoyo que me brindan. Muchas gracias.
I just want to tell the public, the fans, thank you for all the love and support they've always showed me. And this will be no exception. It's going to be another great fight, and I'm going to give all on my behalf to make you all enjoy and have a great night of boxing. Thank you.
All right, Gennady, what would you like to say to everybody?
Please stay focused, stay in boxing, just because I want to bring big gift, maybe biggest gift to people for history fight. Please stay in history.
All right, fight fans, if you got Canelo Alvarez May 5th, make some noise! If you got Triple G May 5th, make some noise! Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions. Tickets on sale right now, ladies and gentlemen. T-Mobile Arena, Cinco de Mayo. Thank you to the Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya. Thank you to Canelo Alvarez. Thank you to Team Canelo. Thank you to Team Triple G. Order this fight on